I've only been following your teachings for a little bit less than a year, but I mean, I'm really absorbed what's going on here. And it just matched up with what I already had the knowing of.
Yeah.
And so as Esther sits here and relaxes into the frequency, the station from which Abraham broadcasts, that's very, very, I want to say it's special because it's similar to what I do. And when I sit and I do this work, I get mostly images. And I look to Esther, who gets the words. And from
different people are, Esther's more auditory. You may be more visual, although you are auditory as well. But there is another distinction that we think is worth making here, and that is when Esther is translating for us, we are a consistent energy stream that she has learned to tune to. And so if you can, as something that you do at the beginning of your process, if you can tune into who you are, so it goes like this. You're tuning into the frequency of that broader perspective who is really who you are, who will then tune into the frequency of this one and this one and this one and this one. And Esther is doing some of that here. In other words, there's a lot going on in a gathering like this, and it's a vibrational meeting much more than it is a verbal meeting. So what we're saying to you is what makes this successful in the way that it is Esther's vibrational preparation. She meets us at that vibrational place. And your preparation is the same. You're meeting that broader, your inner being, that higher self first, and then everything else will take care of itself. We ask you a very important question at the beginning. We want to know, what is your preparation when you are attempting or getting ready to receive inspiration about a character that you might express? Let's just do that for a moment rather than extract it from another. What is your preparation? In other words, we ask you the question, do you get to know the character? Is the character placed in his environment? Is the character placed in his mood or attitude? Is the character placed in his circumstance? Because it's only once you understand those things and you're actually able to acknowledge and emanate the mood of your character, that the appropriate words would then flow through, because you are diverse in the characters that you're playing.
That's like my forte. I have such an extreme range of characters, and even when I'm on camera or in pictures, a lot of people say, that's not you, or that doesn't look like you at all. And I say, isn't that cool though? That's my job. Yeah. And it's sort of extreme for some people, but I look at it as frames per second on a camera is the same as frames per second in a time-space reality, and it's just capturing the essence of who I am. So if I focus that essence while it's being captured, it's logical that what you watch back on the tape may not even physically resemble who I am now, because that was my focus.
Well, that is the best description of deliberate creation that we've ever heard, because everyone is an actor in the sense that they get to project whatever vibration that they choose to project. And here you are doing it deliberately, intentionally, in a broad range of attitudes and moods. But if everyone who's listening in would understand that deliberate creation is just exactly that, understand the role you want to play and find its vibrational, emotional basis first, and then practice that so that that's who you are. In other words, when you are an actor with other actors around you, they're responding to who you are, because you are emanating who you are, and it would be illogical for them to not react to who you actually are. Well, this is the way the entire universe is responding to you. The universe is responding to each of you. You are an actor in a role, and everything and everyone else is responding to that which you are emanating, you see. So you just need to decide, am I a prosperous person standing here in this role that the universe is reacting to? Am I a revered and respected? Who am I? Who am I now? What has life brought me to? Who am I as I stand in this point of attraction? Because everyone else is responding to who you are. This is why everyone who has ever written a movie wants a really good cornerstone key actor, because they know you get an actor like that, you just need one actor like that, and an actor that is really in sync with who he is and what's going on. He will extract from everyone that interacts with him the exact performance or behavior. You see, just takes one. Just takes you standing where you are, being who you are. You can set the tone in your family. You can set the tone at your work. You can set the tone in the pod of traffic that's driving where you are. You can set the tone in the behavior of a hotel. You can set the tone in the restaurants that you frequent. You can set the tone for the way your children behave in their life experience. You can set the tone. You are the center of this universe. You are.
I have something else that would satisfy me a lot, if you could.
But we want to go back to what we were saying earlier, because we would spend no time figuring out how well someone is going to respond to you. That's their job. And if you try to get in their head, then you've lost your character. So just stay in character, friends. Define who you are and stay in character. And if it's too intense for them, then say, hey, I'm an intense character here. That's the objective. And your response was completely normal, because I've got it going on here as this character. Who is the dominant character in the play that you are playing? Is it you or is it them?
You're the center of the universe, and I guess the lead in your movie.
You're the lead. You're the lead, and everyone else is a cooperative component who will read your script and fill in the pieces exactly as you have defined it by the vibrational frequency that you offer.
There's been a lot of pieces that have been coming together in profound synchronicity. And you said that, you talk a lot about source and energy and the law of attraction, and you're looking forward to getting into more of these things that are blended in a sense of not losing the perspective of seeing life through the eyes of source, but enriching it through the physical perspective as a personality, and then as if it's just logical, normal. It's just sort of like this blended language as well. And that's where I'm moving forward.
I just want to take one moment to say perfect words.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're inspired.
Yeah.
You do this to me.
Yeah.
This is why I'm here. So I've had these synchronicities that have been coming around. It's undeniable, so I've accepted it because it excites me and it is part of my desire, and I believe that I'm a match to it. So the unfolding, here we go.
This dovetails precisely with what we were saying earlier about, so you've already put it into the vortex, and the vortex has already done its part, and now any conversation that you produce about that only helps you to ensure a steady, stable vibration about that, which just makes it easier for you to experience the revelation of it moving into your grid.
Which is fun on its own, because I step back at this point now, so now it's sort of like, it's almost like the expectation goes beyond me, it's others around me sort of crutch to that expectation.
Oh, well, there's this synergy. That's what happens with a really good troupe that gets together to do anything. In other words, you just play off one another. You get tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and inspire someone else to get tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And now you've got something otherworldly that the world stands back in amazement as it watches it. This is what mastery of life is all about, you see. And the fact that it is fun for you is the next logical step. It's just the way it is supposed to feel. And nothing else will do now. You can't step back from this knowledge. Now it is a quest for identifying in this moment what I choose for my point of attraction to be, why I joyously watch the universe fill in all of the details as affirmation of what I've chosen. In other words, there is no greater exhilaration, no matter what field or endeavor you are focused upon, than to feel the universal response to your aligned point of focus. That is a leverage of energy and power and love that is so far beyond the action world that most people are living in. Seeing the world differently than most of the world sees it. I stand in the place of mastery with all of the greats.
This has been delicious. Thank you.
Very great.